Hello guys, Solitaire Gaming here, back with another part of Killer Queen. Let's get started. Soichi's PA had let out an alarm, informing him there were 6 survivors left. As a result, the group stayed where they were for a while. They couldn't see any hide or hair of Reika either. But about 1 hour later, a blip returned to the map. There were 4 blips all concentrated at the same spot. They figured it had to be Reika. She must have finished off Tezuka and taken his PAs. That's what I don't like, because they just Soichi and the others say, "Oh, we're not gonna kill anyone. We're just gonna let other people do it for us." Could have been the other way around, or else Tezuka would have already removed his collar and therefore have no need for so many PDAs. For all that do was make him a target for Soichi's group, since all they needed were more PAs to remove Kieran's collar. Once they confirmed Reika's location, the group resumed their trek to the control room.
意外と早かったわね、4人とも。
Gola greeted the group with a smile once they reached the control room. Gola-san, you...
ごめんなさいね。これもお仕事なの。
Gola ignored the angry look on Soichi's face and approached them without the slightest trace of fear.
でも渚さん、あなたが裏切るとは思わなかったわ。どういう風の吹き回し？
PDA を渡してください、ゴーダさん。
おお、怖い。渡すわよ。私にはあなた方と争うメリットなど何もないものね。
Gola held out her PDAs without resistance. She had 2 of them, her own and the one she'd taken from the corpse at the start of the game. She was brimming with the composure of someone who knew everything, the rules in the cast, as well as the arrogance of someone who looked down at everything from above. That conduct showed showed she knew Soichi's group wouldn't kill or try to pull any tricks on her.
カリンちゃん。
Karen stepped forward and took it. Now that she had Nagasawa's PA, the 2 Gola had, and the 2 she was about to borrow from her friends, she could finally remove her collar. About Reika-san.
遠いわ、大丈夫。カリンさん。
Sakumi held out her PA with a smile. Sakumi-san, give her mine as well. Soichi held out his PA out to Sakumi as he kept a close eye on their surroundings. Sakumi took it and handed it over to Karen.
ありがとう、みんな。
Karen gave them a deep bow.
解除条件の画面を呼び出して、順番に首輪に PDA を読ませて。最後に、カリンちゃん自身のを読み込ませればいいわ。わかった。やってみる。
Karen nervously turned on her PA. She pressed the release conditions tab on the main screen. Collect 5 more PAs. The way you do so is irrelevant. Those inorganic words filled the screen. Click B. Karen slowly connected the PAs to her collar connector. Not only was she used to the whole procedure, but it was also difficult to do when she couldn't see her own collar. Soichi started helping her once she noticed that. Before long, she finished reading all 5 PAs. Karen finished it off by connecting her own PA. And rather out-of-place fanfare played. The PA screen changed. Release condition achievement confirmed. Unlocking collar. A synthetic voice from the collar repeated the same message at the same time. Then at last, "Yay, it's removed!" The collar opened from the grooves in the right and left side, then fell right off. It was rather anticlimactic how quickly it came off, considering how much they had been worrying about the thing this whole time. Bonk. The collar then landed on Karen's palm. She stared at it dazedly.
やったね、カリンさん。
Sakumi tightly hugged Karen. Did she not feel excited, or was it the other way around? The emotion, Sakumi shook Karen, whose face was still blank with shock.
よかったわね、みんな。
Gola said that with a smile. You little. Gola's comment pushed Soichi's patience to its limits.
ソイチ君。
Nagisa gently placed her hand on Soichi's shoulder before his anger could truly explode. The sensation of her hands allowed Soichi to calm down a bit and rest his violent urges. Gola-san.
なに、宗一君。
Soichi couldn't help but feel uncomfortable at Gola, calling him Soichi-kun like they were friends. That wasn't all. He also couldn't help but feel disgusted at the fact that she was breathing the same air as him. She toyed with them and was standing around with that smug look on her face. She may have forgiven her if she had been like Nagisa, but she was completely fine with what was happening and was enjoying it. She had crossed the line in his book. However, Soichi firmly restrained his intense rage and gave Goda back her PDA. Take this and get out of here right now. If you show your face to us again, I swear I'll make you regret it. Oh yeah, because you certainly killed some people in this game, Soichi. Yep, you're a crazy guy. Shudder. Once he said that, Goda's composed expression shattered. She finally noticed the emotions blooming in Soichi's eyes, overflowing rage and hatred, all of which were directed on her. She had been set on toying with them, but now she finally realized she's been dragged into the same arena as them. Goda looked at Soichi's expression of fear. Her hands idly moved. Soichi noticed her fear.
私は仕事で
Goda started spewing excuses. That's how scared she was of Soichi at the moment. Really scared of him? He does nothing. I said get lost. Hurry. You push me any further and I'll... Goda finally let out a pathetic scream and turned her back to Soichi's group. In the end, Goda fled from the control room without even turning around once. Woo. I don't know why she's so scared of him though. She knows he's too much of a coward to kill anyone. Soichi finally calmed down once Goda had left his sights. Yes, I mean, she can't harm us if she's not here, right? Besides, no matter how much I despise her, I won't kill anyone. Yep, you coward. He wasn't doing this out of any sense of justice. They forced her to stay here the whole time, then her collar would eventually explode unless she fulfilled her release condition. The group may have been soft-hearted, but not enough to go out of the way to stick with her while she did that. Plus, it would drive Soichi mad with rage if he had to keep looking at her face. Anyway, Soichi took a deep breath and forced a smile. Karen finally managed to remove her collar. Let's just be happy about that. Perhaps the reality of what happened was finally sinking into her, and a look of joy was forming on Karen's face.
ごめん私だけ先に解決しちゃって
いいのよかりんちゃんそんなこと私たちのは時間の問題だもの
That's right, you deserve to be happy. Your victory has saved both your life and your sister. You should be glad about that. As long as it could keep Karen safe for the rest of the game, her sister will be safe as well.
ありがとう蜜木でも絶対お前のを外す方法を見つけような
Yup. Yeah, it'll be nice if we can. Though hopes of that were slim, Soichi nodded. It's okay if we can't. At the very least, I'll make sure Karen gets through the rest of the nightmare in one piece.
レイカは PDA を破壊するやつなんだよね多分
Karen, who's reviewing the PDAs, who's revealing the rules, looked at Soichi as she said this. Yeah, the one that needs exactly 5 PDAs. Condition 8. Destroy 5 PDAs within 5 meters of his PDA. The way you do so doesn't matter. If you destroy 6 or more, your collar will detonate. Her partnership with Takayama all but confirmed that.
PDA 渡してあげればいいんじゃないかなそうしたらもう戦わなくて済むじゃない
Yeah, you're right. Rika had 4 PDAs. Since she couldn't destroy her own, that meant she collected 3. The group didn't need Nagasawa or Karen's PDA anymore. Although Karen's PDA had an important function installed in it, all fighting would end once Reika's condition had been fulfilled, so he wouldn't need it anymore anyway.
ひどいことをしてきた人だけどさ戦わずに済むなら目をつぶろうって気になるじゃない
She's done horrible things. She's done what you get for survival. You guys are cowards. If she didn't kill Tezuka, he would have eventually killed you guys. Yeah. Soichi felt the same. Karen and Sakumi's chances of survival would be much higher if they could successfully negotiate with Reika. Let's give it a shot.
どうやってですか
Got any good ideas, Nagisa-san?
そうね
Nagisa reached out for the control panel. Creak. That unfamiliar sound caused Reika to look up. What's causing that noise? She took a look around, but nothing seemed out of place. Do. Sudden out of place electronic sound echoed. Reika-san, can you hear me?
蜜
Reika stopped walking and checked her surroundings again. She then spotted a PA speaker.
これか
Reika listened to the sound that came from the speaker. We have 2 spare PAs that we can give to you. That should be enough to remove your collar. There'll be no need to fight us there'll be no need for us to fight to take them.
なるほどな
Should you choose to accept our offer, then please head for the 6th floor staircase at 6 p.m. We'll take that as a sign of consentment, then guide you to the exchange points. wasn't a bad proposal. She had nothing to lose by accepting it. In fact, it almost sounded too good to be true. Soichi's group would give her PDAs that she could use to remove her collar. The only thing they would gain was that the fighting between them would end. They were telling her to go to the staircase first, probably because she figured it would be a trap if they suddenly guided her to the exchange point right away.
さて
Reika leaned against the wall and mulled the situation over. The proposal seemed safe enough on its surface, but there was just one uncertain factor she had to consider. Reika had also guessed which PDAs Soichi's group had for the most part, but she couldn't figure out for the life of hers what the fourth PDA was. Reika had figured 3 of them were the Jack, Queen, and King, since they were easily compatible, but she hadn't figured out that the Ace was with them too. But that was no surprise. No person would ever think that the Ace and Queen would willingly be on the same side. After all, they had the worst compatibility imaginable. If the fourth PDA was the 5th, 6th, or 7th, then she would be safe. There would be no reason for them to trick her. The problem was if they were the 3. That was also the possibility that the 4th person was using a Joker to disguise himself as a 5, 6, or 7 to trick the other 3. They kill her when she tried to leave. Oh, come on. Or maybe one of the PDAs they were planning on giving her was Joker. Either way, there's little to no doubt that one of them had a Joker. There were 5 survivors, excluding Reika. The question was whether Godo had it, or if one of the members of Soichi's group had it. Regardless, there was an 80% chance that Soichi's group had it. No, Reika realized that there was one more possibility. Maybe they were trying to kill her to be safe. It was possible that Steel was all ruse to lure her out so they could attack her. Are you dumb? You've been seeing Soichi this entire game. He's too much of a coward to kill anyone. So she couldn't deny the possibility that they were preparing an ambush for her. Oh, Soichi killed someone. That's hilarious. Soichi gonna kill someone.
ならば方法は一つだ
Reika made her decision. First, she gathered all the weapons and tools she could. Then, when she got her hands on a trump card, she challenged them to a fight. If her chance of victory grew slim, she agreed to the deal. That was the most efficient way to do it.
あとは私の運次第というところだな
You're so dumb. Reika muttered this, pushed her back off the wall, and started walking away. Reika had made a fundamentally misunderstanding. Luck did not exist in this building. If it was demons, not Lux, who would decide if Reika got any weapons. These people didn't want a simple conclusion. That's why she was sure to find some deadly weapons. Her mistake lay in leaving her decision to Luck rather than making her own choice. She mistakenly believed that she'd been deciding for herself, but that couldn't have been far from the truth. Her fate had just been set from the moment she didn't decide for herself. The results of that mistake would be decided soon. What's Reika up to?
階段に向かう様子はないけどこっちと積極的に戦うつもりもないみたい
The blips on the map indicate Reika weren't moving all that much. Just as Karen said, she wasn't headed for either the staircase or the control room.
本当はここへの入り口を完全に閉じれればよかったんだけど
If they could do that, there would be no need to fight anyone. If they could seclude themselves in this room until the end, the three of them were guaranteed to survive.
ごめんなさいね私の ID ではもうダメみたいね
Of course, she tried to do that at first, but with Nagisa's sub-GM authority temporarily suspended, she could only use a few functions. She could still use a device that detected people's location, but functions related to avoiding encounters with others were completely blocked. Meaning she could no longer open and close doors as she had earlier. Well, it's no surprise to be doing this. They're trying to make sure their show is more exciting after all. This probably would have happened even if they kept Godo around. Godo's ID would have given them full access because they probably still would have been blocked because it would have led to events that would clearly result in a boring show.
しかし全部を封じてくるんじゃないのが忌々しいよね
Karen snorted, especially since all they had left were the functions necessary for fighting. The surveillance cameras, mics, and the current locations displayers. Even locations of the weapons were displayed. It seemed they really would do anything to make the show more exciting. But just as I thought, we were able to get rid of most of the weapons. Soichi smiled as he looked at the display of the weapons warehouse on the map.
渚さんどうですか
Sakumi looked over at Nagisa's shoulders, who was sitting at the console at the monitors.
ダメねクビラのコントロールはここじゃないみたい独立した管理システムがあって建物の中にいる人間には手出しでき
Nagisa's reply was bitter.
それじゃあ三剣さんの首輪は
Sakumi looked over at Soichi, her face paled. Nagisa also turned around with a regretful expression on her face.
外せないわね
He wants to die anyway. That doesn't matter. But Soichi's expression was the same as always. I've done well if I say so myself. I succeeded in protecting all of you so far. There's just a little more to go. Once we take care of Reika, then all of you can go home. Soichi was satisfied. Just one more step to go, and he'd have accomplished his goal. Even if death was waiting right before his eyes.
だったら三剣さん、私を。
He's not gonna do that. Don't waste your life for me. It's worth much more than mine. Soichi had been putting his all into everything he'd done these past 3 days, because he didn't want to crush those precious memories in his heart. His everyday life for the past month had felt like it had been slowly strangling him to death. So the fact that he'd been totally occupied by the unnatural incidents going on in this building meant he hadn't suffered that much in these last 3 days by comparison. And when he thought about going back to that life, he figured he'd be satisfied with protecting his companions and then dying. Unlike Soichi, those three had to have wonderful everyday lives to return to. Full of lovely, brilliant days. Let's not worry about pointless things. More importantly, let's think of a way to get Karen downstairs. She doesn't have a collar, so if she can get to the 4th floor at least, we can guarantee her survival.
そんなことですって。おい、三剣。私だけのけ者か?
Wham! Karen kicked off her chair in surprise and stood up. You're not living just for yourself. Your sister's life is in your hands as well. Don't you want to make sure that you survive to bring her back the money?
けど。
If you have the time to concern yourself with someone as important as me, then... At that moment, everyone's minds froze. She was crying. She raised her hand and swung it down on Soichi's cheek with all her might. Everyone heard that sound in shock. The sound of Sakumi slapping Soichi's cheeks.
そんなこと? 俺なんか? 何ですかその言い方は?
Sakumi grabbed Soichi by his lapels while she continued to cry. Tears burst out of her eyes, and her long hair grew disheveled.
どうしてそんなに簡単に自分の命を諦めてしまうんです?
She then violently shook Soichi. That's right. Sakumi was angry from the bottom of her heart. Sakumi-san? Honestly, Soichi was most surprised by this. He never imagined Sakumi would ever do something like this. He just stared at her face, ever forgetting how to change expression.
どうしてあなたは私たちと一緒に生きようとしてくれないんですか? どうして?
Sakumi had been wondering this whole time. It was her dissatisfaction with Soichi who was trying to die without a fight.
あなたは守るだけですか? 守って終わりですか? あなたは自分が何を守っているかもわからないくせに. 守って終わり? 守り?
Sakumi's voice dragged those words out of Soichi's heart. Aye, but Soichi couldn't answer Sakumi. Even he thought that what she was saying was right on the money.
結局あなたは私たちなんか見ていない。全部死んだ恋人のため、その人との約束のため。
Sakumi was bitter from the bottom of her heart. At the Soichi, didn't look at them. At the Soichi, didn't think about them. At how in the end they were nothing more than an excuse for Soichi to commit suicide.
だからあなたは私たちに裏切られたって構わないとすら思ってる。違いますか?
What? Soichi's body froze. Sakumi was mercilessly pursuing that darkness in Soichi's heart.
答えなさい、三剣総一!
Sakumi's thin arms barely held any strength at all. But by this point, she was completely pinning down Soichi. He was astonished. Sakumi's words had finally made him completely understand his own feelings. It's probably just as you say, protecting others and dying, or being betrayed by people he trusted and dying. He'd be fine with other outcomes. He really had believed that. Because, either way, this was the last time he could boast to his girlfriend.
あなたは自分さえ良ければよかった。自分さえ正しければ他はどうでもいいと。
Sakumi didn't try to wipe away her tears. She just continued her loud rant.
私たちはこんなにあなたを信じているのに、結局あなたは私たちを信じていなかった。どうでもいいと思っていただけ。ただ受け入れただけ。私たち。
Squeeze. Sakumi put more and more strength into her grip, blazing anger raging in her eyes.
私たちはそんなにあなたにとってどうでもいい存在だったんですか? 自殺の手伝いをするような人間にしか見えなかったんですか?
There's no other way. This was Soichi's last excuse. He needed to kill Sakumi in order to remove his collar. That's why he said they shouldn't concern themselves with him. That was his excuse.
本当にずるい人ですね、あなた。
Sakumi let go of Soichi and wiped her tears.
あなたの恋人がどれだけ苦労したかよくわかります。
Soichi, Nagisa, and Karen quietly waited for Sakumi to continue.
じゃあこうしましょう。
What happened next was completely out of the blue. No one had time to stop her. Crack. Sakumi threw down her own PDA to the ground in one swift movement. Its plastic casing burst open, and the electronic parts inside jutted out. The LCD cracked, and many parts fell out. Everyone felt like they were seeing this in slow motion. And so Sakumi's PA broke, and scattered parts dancing in the air.
Sakumi-san!
Karen and Nagisa ran over. Soichi frankly picked up her PA and pressed the switch. Damn it, it's completely dead. Why'd you do this, Sakumi-san? Soichi's shoulder dropped in anger, in horror. Now she'll also. Soichi immediately looked at Sakumi.
さあ、三剣さん、どうしますか？
Surprisingly, Sakumi was smiling happily, like the joyous smile of a girl confessing to a boy for the first time and having her feelings returned. Like the one she loved, I acknowledged her existence for the first time.
このまま私を見捨てますか？
Sakumi approached Soichi again.
これであなたは首輪を外す方法を探さないといけない。そうしないと私を救えない。
Did she really have to go that far though? Soichi finally realized what Sakumi's smile meant. By using her own life as a pretext, she was forcing him to find a way to survive with them.
私たちのために死のうとか思っていたでしょ。それで仕方ないと思っていたでしょ。でも許しません。私たちをどうでもいいなんて絶対に思わせません。
You're just. Soichi wiped the inner corner of his eyes and sighed deeply. Then he looked Sakumi in the eye. Why is it that I only meet strict people? Soichi smiled too, as if to answer Sakumi's smile. You couldn't win against that face.
さあ、どうしますか？私と共に生きますか？それとも見捨てて一緒に死にますか？
Sakumi held out her hand to Soichi, as if she were trying to embrace him. I plan on never doing anything sly, you know. Soichi stared at Sakumi for a while, then slowly took her hand.
大丈夫。私がそんなことさせませんから。
Sakumi gave a satisfied nod.
よかったですね、さくみさん。
Tears clouded Nagisa's eyes.
はい。頑張らなくちゃいけませんね、宗一くん。
Why are you talking about this when like you're not part of this?
私？
Nagisa tilted her head in confusion. What do you think? I'm taking you back with me. Don't tell me you thought about it. It didn't matter as long as only 3 of us survived, did you? Soichi copied Sakumi's words. Nagisa stared at him blankly for a second, then started laughing.
そっか。そうだね。
I decided to take you instead of any of that prize money.
そうです。渚さんも一緒に帰りましょう。
Sakumi nodded enthusiastically. I won't go back on my word, so if I win, you guys will have to turn a blind eye to her defection. Soichi turned towards Nagisa's camera and gave a daring grin.
ありがとう、宗一くん。
Nagisa didn't really care if the ones on the other side of the camera would do what Soichi said. She was just happy to hear those words from him. Though it's really frustrating that we're just making things better for the damn show. Soichi cracked his neck around. It was just as he said. It'll be a better show for the customers to see Soichi putting his all into surviving, rather than watching him sitting down and waiting to die. What's more, even the heroine's fate was now in the same unstable boat as his. Large shifts in his being were probably occurring even as they spoke. I didn't plan on letting them keep limiting us. I won't let a show like that continue. Soichi suddenly stopped there. Show?
三剣さん？
Yes, that's right, this is a show. His face suddenly broke out into a wide smile. Why didn't I realize it sooner? That's right, the answer was there all along.
三剣？
Karen stared at Soichi with a befuddled expression. I think I just come up with a good idea. Soichi winked as his face lit up.
どういうこと？
Well, there's 2 ways we can deal with this.
2つ？
The first one is to find this PA software.
一体どれを？
The one that lets you stay in forbidden areas. If we find 2 of those, we can survive, provided the battery doesn't die on us.
わからないな。どういうこと？
Well, we believe that the collars will explode once 3 days have passed. But what actually happens is that the whole building becomes a forbidden area at that moment, right? Soichi continued to speak as he summarized his thoughts. And the most important part here is that removing our collars is not what's required to win. It's by surviving for 73 hours. I believe that's what the rules said. B. Karen frankly reread the rules.
そうだ。その通りだ。
We've been so fixated on thinking removing collars equals victory that we've forgotten that that's not necessarily true. All we need to do is still be alive at the end. There's a blind spot created by the mental pressure of wearing the collars. You should have realized this back when we picked up that list of software. But due to the situation and stress we were under back then, none of them had noticed it. Obtaining that list in the second half of the game really had put them at disadvantage in that front. If they'd gotten it in the first half, things might have gone a slightly different way. No, there's no way they would have found that list in the first half. Even if it was possible, the people watching them wouldn't allow it. For there was no doubt that they loved screwing with the players.
でも宗一君、バッテリーが1時間持つかどうかわからないわよ。特殊で便利な機能のソフトウェアをバッテリーを大きく消耗するようにしてあるから。
Soichi remembered how Nagasawa's PDA had quickly run low on battery. Right, that's why it's important we have a backup plan in store. 2-layer plans, they call it.
どうするんだ？
Break them.
壊す？
Right.
ダメだ。爆発しちまうだろ。
Karen loudly voiced her objection. If we mess with it the wrong way, it'll blow up. That last line of thinking was the reason they avoided touching the collars up until now, was it not? I think it'll be alright.
理由は？
I can't say it. Soichi pointed at Nagisa's hair ribbons. But it's something he couldn't let the organizers hear.
大丈夫なの？さくみさんの命もかかっているのよ。
私は三剣さんのお決めになったことなら一向に構いませんが。
In contrast to the word Nagisa and Karen, Sakumi wasn't the slightest bit upset. To any third party showing up now, it would look like it was Nagisa and Karen's lives in real danger, not Sakumi's.
なんというか、責任を取ってくれるなら私はどんなことだって構いません。
Don't worry, I'll be sure to take responsibility. Soichi played along Sakumi's attitude and burst out into laughter.
なら私はその方法に賛成です。
Sakumi said that without the slightest hesitation. It wasn't like Soichi's line thinking about the collars was very complex. He was simply gambling on the fact that this was a show and using it to his advantage. The goal of the show is to see people suffer, not to watch simple murder. Then what is it that those watching would hate most to happen in the show? That thought was where Soichi's theory was born. Wouldn't both the organizers and the viewers absolutely hate it if players died accidentally with no combat being involved whatsoever? The traps weren't designed to directly kill people either. All of them were restricted to traps that would ensure chaos between players later. Then that means that the collars would also have been designed so they couldn't accidentally explode, right? That was Soichi's reasoning. What if players tampered with the collars early on, before they gain a firm grasp of the rules? What if the collars were damaged due to a completely meaningless accident outside combat? This wasn't a movie or a TV show. There were probably events that didn't go according to script. What if they exploded? What if they exploded at one of those times? That wouldn't be a very exciting turn of events. Rather, it would be the worst possible outcome for the viewers of a show. Just like how a match ending with a wrestler tripping flat on their face wouldn't be allowed in pro wrestling, yup. Then simply tampering with the collar shouldn't be enough to make it explode. And if that were enough to explode the collar, then they still should have been able to come up with a way to prevent it from blowing up by accident that way. A way to make it so it only exploded when the players broke the rules, or via PDA so that it could never detonate in any other way. After all, at its core, the show is not made to show revenge or war, but the chaos between people. If you think like that, a lot of things make sense as well. Like what Gola had said at the beginning, about how there had been a movie where the collars explode if people tampered with them. Even if the actual collars in the game didn't really explode from that, wouldn't that comment still be enough to make people think the collars would blow up if they mess around with them? once they heard that, way less people would think about tinkering with their collars. And this is where I'll be stopping off for today. Thanks for watching Spark Killer Queen. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and please comment if you found anything interesting in the video.